So, camping this weekend. Are we still on?
I'm open, but what are we talking about here? Like,
the woods. But remember, this could possibly be our last summer to do this because next year we'll be getting ready to go to college.
Hey, Dad.
Archie.
It hurts me that I never got to say goodbye. Afraid Andrews will always be a part of Riverdale.
Didn't you say we're gonna turn this place into a community center, Red?
You're right. Feels like it's time. Monroe and I will group the kids for boxing and MMA lessons according to their age.
I keep the gym open until 10 so kids like my brother have a place to hang after school.
What do you think, Mom?
Your father never would have believed this. Everything you've been building here.
As well as you fill them out, you're not actually considering fighting crime in those tights, are you?
Of course not. I'm gonna need a mask.
I'm not paying for your crimes. I merely told the truth. I told the world what you are.
I'm no stranger to scandal. That's what it means to be a lodge.
There's so much about your father that you do not know.
Well, then I think you should tell me. So I'm ready for whatever's coming next.
Well, we are certainly not in Riverdale High anymore.
You Forsyth? Brett Weston Wallace.
I'd watch your back around, Brett.
Why? What is his deal?
Show those preppies what it means to be a Jones man. Bring honor to our name.
What's happening? Have you heard from Mom?
No. Tonight makes 5 days without contact. She's never been MIA longer than 4.
We don't actually know anything about Charles. Why is he still in Riverdale?
Rise and shine, my dearest. It's another magnificent day that's ours for the taking.
This is not Jason moving this forward.
And when it's right, it's Julian.
I already regret this.
Where's that foreplay?
Dead to me, Andrews! Shut your mouth!
Hello, New York Comic Con! Day 4 of New York Comic Con, and I'm assuming by this beautiful big crowd, you guys are very excited for the people sitting up here on the live stage with me. Give it up for the, I guess, the adults of Riverdale, because you guys are almost as bad as the kids.
We're badder, honey. Yeah.
I mean, you absolutely are. I could actually watch an entire show of watching Mark watching Riverdale, because he's like this the whole time. He's like, oh my God.
It's the first time I've seen it. I don't get a chance to see it.
You seemed very into it. I appreciate that. So this show is, I mean, it seems like season 1 was, you know, there was obviously a very heavy plot, and then every season since you guys have gotten wilder and wilder. Where do you think where it's gonna stop? Like, how far is this gonna go with everybody?
Riverdale in space.
I like it. I wouldn't be surprised.
We gotta tap out.
Or the horror universe of Riverdale, of Archie and vampires and werewolves and all that.
So there are a lot of horror influences on this show. If you guys could, if you had your choice, if there was any classic horror movie that you could borrow the storyline from or kind of like do an adaptation of in the Riverdale universe as your characters, what horror movie would you want to see come to Riverdale?
My favorite, it's not really a horror film per se, I guess, is Don't Look Now. It was a 70s movie, Nick Rogue and Donald Sutherland, and I want to do it just because of Julie Christie's wardrobe, pretty much. So nice. I'm all about the wardrobe. Can you hear us okay? Okay,
yeah,
good.
I think they can hear us better than we can hear us.
Yeah,
so that's fine.
We can't hear ourselves.
I would say Rosemary's Baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
FP's Baby.
FP's Baby.
I think the Lodge Apartment, I think we should do an Amityville horror version of that. Yeah.
I don't know, Scream, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't say Scream.
You and I as the killers.
I like this plan.
Skeet's like, I already know
the lines.
The call is coming from inside the house. Oh, what's your favorite scary movie, Mark?
What about you, Skeet?
Yeah, I go with Scream. I already know the lines. I don't have to learn them.
So, I mean, how familiar were you guys with the Archie comics before you became a part of the show?
I mean, I always read it in the dentist's office with Highlights magazines. It was either Highlights or Archie.
That I remember Highlights.
Yeah.
You had a much cooler dentist than I did.
I was familiar with Archie comics. I just didn't read them. I was more of like Sunday comics at Snoopy and Garfield and
Family Circus.
I was a little simpler,
Family
simpler
Circus,
than
yeah.
like a book. Yeah.
I knew him from Bazooka Gum. And,
Oh, that's
And it was
right.
wrapped in there, and so when I would have my little sugar fix, there would be the Archie comics.
I mean, this is definitely an entirely new version of Riverdale
I mean,
than
did you see how
Bazooka
quiet the
ever
audience is?
introduced.
They're like, Archie was around before? What?
Yeah. You guys have done a couple musical episodes in the show. Do you think that there would be another musical episode coming up?
Roberto said yes.
Yeah?
he said yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you sang yet?
In my shower.
No, but in,
But we didn't
in the
film
musical?
it.
In the musical?
No,
Neither
no.
have I.
Should we do it now?
No.
No.
I mean,
okay.
I think you should sing right now.
There you go. You shouldn't have said it.
So you can't say things like that because you're
know,
just
I
going to
know.
make them want it more.
I hope Roberto wasn't listening.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to send him the footage. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Thank you.
So this show, I mean, again, like I said, it's bonkers. I know that the first episode, there's a lot going on, but there is also a very sweet and tender moment because there is, I think the first episode back, you guys are paying tribute to Luke Perry's character. What was it like filming that, such an emotional episode?
It was that. It was very, very emotional. I don't think there was a day where somebody wasn't getting picked up off the ground crying. It was very painful, very painful.
When we heard about Luke, we were on set filming, and then we shut down for 2 days. And so this was, we never as a group got to sort of bond over what happened. Nor did we get to honor him at all because everything was so sudden, and it was our, we were shooting the second episode till the season finale. So this was sort of, I think, closure for everyone in a way, but also having to relive it. So it was rough and also beautiful at the same time.
And Molly, I know that your character really gets probably the best opportunity to kind of fill up that space and that void for the show. How does that feel like a lot of pressure to be in?
It does feel like very big boots to fill. Luke was so beloved. I mean, I adored him. He was my touchstone, and I felt like we had this really special bond. But what I really came to realize was that he was like that for everyone, which is pretty amazing. So I'm just really glad that I had the chance to work with him, and I really do feel like I'm sort of picking up where he left off, and just really glad I had a chance to work with him.
I know that, like I said, there is a lot that's going on this season, which for this show is saying a lot because it feels like there's always a lot going on this season. You guys are pretty much going to have a different episode for every holiday. There's a prom. There's the whole nine. What would be your favorite holiday to be telling a story in? Like, what was your favorite
Halloween.
episode? Yeah, Halloween always seems like the best one,
I want a Halloween episode where the Coopers, the Andrews, and the Lodges all dress like as different characters and themes. I want that.
There is a Halloween episode, right?
Yeah,
I'm not in it. so you don't need to watch it, basically.
Yeah, that's right.
We do a Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah,
So that's your favorite one because you're in it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Flag Day is a really big one.
That's my favorite
I'll
holiday.
take Valentine's Day.
So we're going to play a really quick game called Either Or. The way it works is obviously we know that characters have really tough decisions to make. So I'm going to throw some scenarios at you, and you are going to tell me which of the two you would prefer.
As ourselves or as our character?
Yeah, it's a good question.
as your characters, I think is more fun.
This'll be fun.
Let's do that. So
This'll be
answer
fun.
either or as your characters.
Okay.
So as your character, would they prefer coffee or naps?
Bourbon.
Coffee or naps?
Oh.
Coffee. Coffee.
Bourbon.
Naps.
Are you sure that was your character?
Maybe, maybe not.
Coffee.
All right, milkshakes or martinis? I mean, are they
Milkshakes.
martinis?
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Milkshakes.
Bourbon milkshakes.
Bourbon milkshake.
Spiced milkshakes.
What did you say? Pumpkin spice?
Spiked. No,
Oh,
spiked.
spiked milkshakes. This is a good one for you guys. Sing in the shower or sing in your car?
Sing in your car. She would be singing in her wagon. Or green wagon.
Shower.
Shower. Not
together.
No.
I mean, I would not be surprised if that ended up happening, though, in this show. It's Riverdale. Anything can happen.
I will be clothed.
It seems like everything will go down in Riverdale at some point, so why not?
I think
When we're
Hiram,
in prison together.
Hiram would sing in the steam bath.
Yeah, steam shot. The sauna.
Sauna.
So after a long day, speaking of baths, after a long day at Comic-Con, would you rather draw a bath or hit a party?
Bath.
Party.
Oh,
Of course.
Then a party, then a bath again.
Skeet's version of like everything is just
Party.
party,
Yeah.
party.
Party.
You said we're
It's much more
answering in character.
celebratory. I don't know that it's in character though.
There's a blurred line for sure.
A little bit of truth inspiring that fiction. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out to come join us on the live stage. Thank you for sharing this trailer with us, and I'm definitely looking forward to the craziness of this season. And for everybody, we have up next the Curiosity Daily Podcast live, and you can follow all the action with the hashtag NYCC19 and follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at SYFY WIRE.
Yeah.